Hey, what's up guys? Five here, and today we are doing another squad builder. Today's squad builder, somebody suggested in the last video, is build a World Series team. And so that's what we did. I just got done watching game 2 of the World Series, and Johnny Cueto, Johnny Baseball, Johnny Be Good was completely lights out. A two-hitter in the World Series in game 2. Just amazing. I'm a homer. He's a former Reds player. I love Johnny Cueto to death. It was sad to see him go, but baseball is a business at the end of the day, and it's better to get something than nothing. I was on the edge of my seat, just hoping Johnny would do great, and he did magnificent. He was completely lights out. So he is my number one now. With coming up with this pitching rotation, it was kind of difficult because, take a look at the Mets pitching staff. Some of the best power arms to be on one staff that we've ever seen. You take a look at this pitching staff, it has the capability of being what the Braves were in the 90s with Smoltz, Glavine, and Maddox. There could be, that dynasty of having such great pitching. So they have a lot of young guns on that team, and you take a look at KC, they got great pitching, but also they have the young gun with Ventura. They got the veterans with Cueto and Volquez. So this is how I picked it. Cueto being my ace, DeGrom, Syndergaard, Ventura, and Volquez. These last three guys are just, amazing to use, and they're fun to use. So if you guys haven't got them yet, they are inexpensive players, and I recommend them. So let's go over and take a look at the lineup. At shortstop, we have Escobar. He is, he's got a little bit of contact, great fielding, great arm. Arm reaction kind of scares me, but, nonetheless, and good speed. Definitely a good leadoff hitter. You can basically take Locaine if you wanted to and put him at the leadoff spot because, Locaine has 80 contact and, is faster. So really these two, you guys can mix these guys up. And that's what I love how Kansas City's team is. It's just so versatile of, the players that they have on their team. You can flip-flop the lineup around, and it'll make it weaker. It won't make it weaker or stronger of where everybody's at, just because it synergizes so well with speed and contact. As you can see, they're in the World Series up 2-0. So number 3 is going to be Cespedes. You just take a look at these numbers. They're insane. 87 contact, 88 power versus right-handers. You get the speed guys on base, he'll be able to drive them in. You'll get runs. You'll win games. That's the name of the game. And you take a look at his fielding, 84 fielding, 98 arm strength. So he is a key component to have in center field, or you can even put him in right field if you like to. But yeah, I definitely like Cespedes. I like this lineup a lot. Number 4, this was difficult with number 4 because I didn't know if I wanted to put Daniel Murphy there or Eric Hosmer. Hosmer is just, he's a good contact hitter. These 3 guys get on base. Hosmer can drive them in, with 87 contact, and he does have some pop. 70 power is nothing to blink about, and, not to look down on or anything else like that. He's got some pop, and he's going to get better with his age and when he gets more experience, So definitely is going to be a great card in 2016, I hope. And then we have the catcher, Salvador Perez. And, guys, just want to let you know they are doing one last update after the All-Star game. We're so used to the All-Star update, but after the World Series, they are going to do one more update. I don't know if it's just going to be for the World Series players and people that win the awards, or if it's going to be, kind of like a little small update, but saying, goodbye, and we'll see you guys next season. But Sal Perez is just, 70 contact and 67 power, nothing to, look down on. It's, he's a good hitting catcher, and he is a good fielding catcher. I wish he had a little bit of arm strength. I wish that they would work on fielding because he can throw out a lot of runners. So definitely good. Now, I mean, the man, the myth, the legend, everybody's been talking about him the whole entire postseason, Daniel Murphy. And you take a look at his numbers and you're just like, what? I hope they fix his power, because his power versus right-handers is only 47, and he was just dropping bombs in the ALCS and ALDS. So hopefully, they work around that, maybe give him a little bit more contact. But his fielding is kind of shaky. And so his speed is okay. You want a little bit more speed, but also he's versatile. You can play him at first base, you can play him at third base or at second base. So it just all really depends on where your needs and wants are at with him. And then third base, we have the captain, David Wright. He's been in the league for 10 years. 10 years, that's a decade. That's a pretty long time. He's great going up against lefties. As you can see, he has, max out contact. And he's got a little bit of pop. He's got decent contact for versing right. Good fielding, average speed. I would say that's a little bit more high end on for a third baseman. I think the fastest third baseman has 70 speed, and that's Todd Frazier. So I mean, David Wright, he's going to play great defense and he's going to get on base. So that's all you need to know. He's good. And Curtis Granderson, he's been in the league for 9 years. He can play left, center, or right field. He's got some pop, as you can see, 81 power with 68 contact. He doesn't hit lefties very well. 81 fielding, good arm strength for being a right fielder. Like I said, you can swap him, with possible, Cespedes. But I'd rather have a stronger arm in center field than right field, in my opinion. So that is the lineup. Let's go ahead and take a look at the bench. Of what I put on the bench is Alex Gordon. If you take a look, he's got amazing fielding. So you can put him in late innings if you kind of worry about, say, Curtis Granderson with his fielding stats and everything else like that. He's got good fielding. He's got good arm strength. And he's got good contact overall. So, I mean, you can put him up against a lefty or a righty. So definitely a good, well-rounded player. And it seems that's the thing for Kansas City. And Moose for our third baseman, good fielding, good arm strength, very slow, 46 speed. Good against righties, okay against lefties and stuff like that. Now, I am just noticing this, that I have basically an all-lefty lineup. Then we have Ben Zobrist. Now, the great thing about Ben Zobrist, he hits lefties very well with contact. Not with power, but also look at the positions that he can play for you. So he's definitely a key component to, having anybody in your lineup, say they get hurt or something else like that. He can play short, he can play left, he can play center, and he can play right field. He's got good arm strength, good fielding, and, okay speed. So definitely somebody good to have on your team, to be able to play that many positions. And then my man Duda, and if you guys watch Road to Diamond, Duda just straight kills the ball. But as you can see by his power versus righty, he's definitely a good righty versus lefty matchup. You can even put him lefty, because he's got okay power versus lefties. He's kind of a defensive liability, and he's slow on the base path. And then we have Kendrys Morales, very well-rounded player. His fielding's awful. He's going to be a player that you put in for pinch hitting, for do maybe a double switch, possibly if you're that desperate. But in the late innings, when you need to get a run in or be able to drive a run in, or maybe possibly get a go-ahead home run, he's your man right there. I mean, 75 contact, 82 contact, 80 power, 55 power versus lefties. But how often do you guys face lefties in Diamond Dynasty? Late in the innings, it's really not that much. I think the only person that you'll be facing is maybe Zach Britton and Andrew Miller and Chapman. I mean, those are the only three lefties that I can think of. If there's other lefties, please let me know that you guys use. Maybe Charlie Furbush. Oh, it's late. Because he's got a great changeup. So that is the bench. Let's go take a look at the bullpen. We got Ryan Matson. Well-rounded player. Been in the league for 10 years. Fastball, changeup. He's got a lot of movement pitches, and you mix a lot of speeds up. He's great for that. Wade Davis. Good velocity. He's got that knuckle curve, and in this game, I love that knuckle curve. It is amazing to see players and hitters just swing out in front of it, or not even swing at all. So it's great. Kelvin Herrera is just cheese. Throws super hard, and he's got 2 off-speed pitches, a changeup and a curveball. I talked to him about last episode. He's definitely somebody to have in your bullpen. Tyler Clippard, same thing. Has a lot of movement and has a weird pitching delivery. So he throws off hitters' timing perfectly. Wonderful changeup, okay curveball, and a nice cut fastball and a four-seamer. Familia, like I said, he is the right-handed version of Aroldis Chapman with the sinker. So he has the four-seamer, sinker, changeup, and slider. And then to close it out is Greg Holland. He's got a lot of mixture of velocity and break on him. And he throws 3 pitches, fastball, slider, and a split finger. His split finger is nasty. I mean, you just throw it at the knees. They're going to think it's a fastball, and they're going to swing out in front. Or if they swing, they're going to get on top of it, and it's going to be a ground ball. So definitely good to have. So guys, that is my lineup and my team for the World Series. What would you change, or what would you have starting and on the bench and stuff like that, or in the starting rotation? Please let me know in the comments section below. Guys, thank you guys so much for this. I appreciate this. Thank you guys for giving me the ideas to do this. I think next we're going to work on an under 23 club. I know Doc has mentioned something like that in the comment section below, so be on the lookout for that. Also, guys, I am working on something it's going to be kind of like a podcast for this, for what I want to do. But what I want to do is, do like a year wrap up of about MLB The Show 2015. And talk about all the good things and some of the bad things, and then talk about 2016 and what we want to see. And hopefully, I'll be able to answer some of your guys' questions, or, if I miss some points about what needs to be in 2016, you guys can put it in the comment section below. So you guys want to, throw some comments down of what would you guys like to see in 2016? Please let me know, because that is going to be awesome. I can't wait to play that, because that is going to be amazing, and I'm stoked for that. But thank you guys so much. If you guys did like the video, please like, comment, and subscribe. One love. 5 is out.